Very funny. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another film review of the film Willow. It came out in the year 1988, was directed by Ron Howard, and starred Warwick Davis, Val Kilmer, Joanne Whaley, Jean Marsh, and Pat Roach. It also had a little appearance by Billy Barty as the High Aldwin. The story of Willow is there are two different main groups of beings in this fantasy world. The Nelwyns, which are basically little people, and the Daikinis, which are, regular human size. There's also fairies, brownies, trolls, all sorts of different interesting creatures. And at the moment, the world is ruled by this evil and creepy queen called Bavmorda. She looks sort of like the Wicked Queen from Snow White with the wimple and everything. There's a prophecy that a little baby girl will rise up and destroy her, so she basically tries to destroy the child when it's born, but a midwife takes the child away. That's the one that's prophesied has a particular birthmark on her arm, and puts her down a river to protect her, kind of like Moses, and she's found by this Nelwyn called Willow, and he's the one that is played by Warwick Davis. And he must go on a journey to find someone to keep her safe and protect her from the evil queen. Apparently it bombed at the box office when it came out, but I and several others love it. I think it's got almost a cult following. It's really, really good. I love it personally. My favorite part of Willow is definitely, it has to be the cute kids. I mean, the twin little girls that play Alora Dannon, the little baby, they are absolutely adorable. And the little bitty Nelwyn children, the two, what Willow calls his bobbins, his two kids, the boy and the girl, they are like the cutest kids I've ever seen in my life, especially the little girl that plays Mims. I just want to pick her up and put her in my pocket. She's just so adorable. Anyway, enough of my female squeeing over how cute the kids are. Another favorite part about the movie is the cinematography. It's absolutely gorgeous, and so is the music. It's just, it's some of the best fantasy movie music I've ever heard in my life, especially the main theme. I will get back to that later. The only thing I really didn't like about the movie were the acting is not quite up to par with several people, especially Val Kilmer and Jean Marsh, who played the villainess. She's not, I think she went to the school of overacting. Maybe she was from the stage or something like that, because it was very melodramatic and like, fight a child, that kind of thing. So that was one of the movie's weak points, was the acting. And the other thing I don't like is it gets kind of gruesome. I mean, there's this one point where a troll, it's like skin peels back and it looks like a brain underneath, and these two monsters pop out like something out of Alien. Ugh. And the two monsters grow ridiculous pace into these two-headed fire-breathing dragons, and one of them, their head explodes. Ugh. So that's something I don't like. And of course the trolls are freaky looking, but they're supposed to be, so I guess they get a pass for that. The goriness is actually what keeps this from being perfectly family friendly. If it wasn't for that, I would let a kid of any age see it, because there's certain things like the darkness of the queen's, ritual, that's definitely some really dark elements in that. And the creepiness and the goriness, it might give some young kids nightmares. If it wasn't for that stuff, I would say all ages, perfect movie. So, for the scoring of Willow, the story, some people said it was like a rehash and things mashed together, but to be perfectly fair, you cannot make a new fantasy story anymore. Everything has been done. It's like a coming of age, or epic journey, or something along those lines. It has those archetypes. You have the person that goes on the journey, the wise person, the sidekicks, the villains, the henchmen. You really can't make a new story. You can just put different characters into different situations and with different names, and change their genders and heights and species and whatnot. But the basic story, you can't really do anything new. I personally love it because it's one of the first movies that has a little person as the hero. And he has quite a bit of courage, even though he doesn't really believe in himself. and he's very protective of the little baby, so I would give the story a 9 out of 10. The acting, like I said, is one of the weak points. The one that stood out for me as the best actor was definitely Warwick Davis. His performance was the most believable of any of them. Everyone else, I think, sort of overdid it a little bit. Of course, Billy Barty in his little part was perfect, but still, Warwick Davis definitely hands down. Everyone else was average at best, so I would give the acting a 7 out of 10. The script, it wasn't the best. There were parts of it that were very stilted, parts of it that were very good, so it evens out average to 7 out of 10. The humor, I found it very funny. Maybe I've just got a juvenile sense of humor, but I thought it was funny. There were definitely some funny moments in there, especially with the brownies. They totally cracked me up, especially when Rule, one of the two brownies, fell into the beer, popped up, spit it, looked around, beer, and ducked back in. That part is just plain funny. So I would give the humor a 9 out of 10. Music, like I said, done by the late great James Horner. It's absolutely gorgeous. Totally fits. It gets a 10 out of 10. Cinematography is beautiful. It also gets a 10 out of 10. Giving Willow a Clumsy Jedi score of 8.6 out of 10. Well, that's all for this review. Hope you stay tuned. I'm also going to review the Peanuts movie in just a couple of minutes. But until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye, guys.